Well, hello, you guys. Welcome to your Howdy lesson with me, Miss Taylor, your STEM counselor here at the Jones Magnet School. This is just a recording of the Howdy lesson. Just some tips for you as you go through different classes in this virtual setting. Be sure that you're following the norms your teacher lays out. Usually they're things like use the chat box or raise your hand if you have questions. Be respectful and open to other people's ideas. So be kind with your words and your actions. Be sure you're staying on task and participating. And keep your mics muted until you're called on by the teacher. So that's just some advice while we're all learning virtually. So this is a slide about my family. We've got a retired military working dog named Time. We did not name her that. The military named her that. I've got a bird, Mayflower, who hatched on Thanksgiving Day, and he's going to turn 22 years old this year. And I got him when he was 2 months old. And then these pictures are of me and my husband and my daughter at the Green Ramp when he came home from his 5th deployment. My summer, I got to do quite a few things. And if you look, I'm going to share with you that I am really great at one of these games and I am terrible at the other. But I bet you can guess which one that is. I got to learn 3 new things. So I got to learn how to fly a drone. I got to learn how to actually knit a sweater, which involved way more math than I thought it would, but it was awesome. I started a garden and we ate off of it. So we got mammoth sunflowers. So we got to harvest the sunflower seeds from that and roast them. And we had tomatoes and cucumber and cantaloupe, just all kinds of really, really good things. Got to do a short little trip to the beach and got to paint and write in a journal and keep a gratitude journal through all this. That was a really awesome thing. And I got to see Hamilton for the first time on TV. That was really good. And we have lots of animals and wildlife that come right on up to our gate in our backyard. Oh, I have lots of favorite things. So I love STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. I love growth mindset. I love knitting because that kind of challenges my brain to learn something new. I like the spurs and yoga. I love the movie Elf. It's one of my favorites. I love to read books, Harry Potter amongst that. And I like music in an orchestra. I play French horn. I like to travel and I love coffee, gardening, animals, and of course, being outside. So you can see from the pictures, that's quite an awful lot, but I just like lots of different things. You should know by now about the 4 houses of Jones Magnet because we are awesome. And if you look at the 4 different houses, the House of Goodall, the House of Da Vinci, the House of Curie, and the House of Galileo, which house do you think Miss Taylor got sorted into as your counselor? So you can press pause for a second if you want to guess. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and give you the answer. I got sorted into the House of Da Vinci, and all of these houses are really amazing. So I'm super excited about them this year. A school counselor is like a teacher, a helper, a listener, an advocate, a safe adult for you to come to, an encourager, ready to help, empathetic, and a supporter. So counselors are all of these things in our role here in the middle school. We have 4 counselors in the counseling office, and you've got Miss Peed, who is in 7th grade counseling, and Miss Gonzalez, who's the 8th grade counselor. And we've hired a new counselor to come do 6th grade for the Jones students, but I am your counselor for being in the Magnet program. So if you have any need to come talk to the counselor or be in a small group or in a guidance class, it will be with me. What are the types of things that your counselor can do for you? Well, we're here to help you. We teach lessons, and a little bit like the way your counselor in elementary school would teach lessons. Probably they're going to be about every 6 weeks. They could be monthly, just kind of depends. We'll do a welcome visit to like today. We'll talk a lot about growth mindset, how you can train your brain like a muscle. We'll do a lesson on staying away from drugs, making healthy choices. I have a lesson on building a better bystander, so how to help if someone's being bullied. We'll talk about colleges and careers, healthy relationships, coping skills, and I want to hear from you about what you want to learn this year. There's small group counseling, just like there was at elementary, and there's many different groups that are offered. Normally, it's for about 6 visits, and you visit once a week. You do need parent permission to be able to be in them. There's usually 6 students or less in a group, and of course, fun activities are a must. And at the end, we do a little celebration for all the cool things we've learned. There's also individual counseling where it's one-on-one, and the counselor meets with that student once a week to discuss a variety of topics. Just like for small group, parent permission has to be obtained to be able to do that. We can talk about personal issues, family issues, academic issues, or individual planning things like goal setting or your grades, or helping you set up tutoring, just anything like that. Okay, so when you come to talk to the counselor, you need to know about the limits of confidentiality. And all that means is that what you talk about in a counselor's office, typically the counselor keeps it private. They don't go blabbing your words to other people. But there are limits to that, and where they will have to share either with a parent or another professional or school official about what you've talked about. If you're talking about anything where you're being hurt or in danger, or someone else is being hurt or in danger, and they list those specifics on that poster for the limits of confidentiality. Most things, we can keep private, but if it's something where you could be hurt or in danger, we've got to speak out about it and make sure that you get the right help and support to make sure that you're safe, because that's what we want. Different things people come talk to the counselor about. It ranges from family issues at home, friendship problems, grades, tutoring, study skills, making good choices, responsible behavior, dealing with changes or loss or feelings. So we're ready to help you with any and all of those things. Okay, how do I get to talk to my counselor? So the student can request it, the teacher can request it, the parent can request it. Usually you just send me an email, or you can use the request form that's in Schoology, and we'll talk about that on the next slide. So if you are in a virtual learning setting, you will be meeting with me through video chat. But if you are coming to school in in-person learning, we'll meet in my office. We'll be socially distanced at the opposite ends of a conference table, and we'll have face masks. Okay, to request to see your counselor through Schoology, first on that main page, you go to the Materials tab and you open it, and there'll be a yellow counselor folder. So you're going to click on that, and inside it'll say, open this to request to see your counselor, because it's a link. So when you click on that, then you'll see the link, and it's a Google Docs link. So you'll just click on that and fill it out. Okay, the growth mindset and the power of yet. If you were at an elementary campus where your counselor taught this, I want you to email them a short thank you, because they are really setting you up for success. And if your elementary counselor didn't get to talk about it, don't worry, because you have me here at the Magnet. We're going to talk about the power of yet. So if you are in the middle of learning something that's very challenging, you don't say, I can't do this. You say, I can't do it yet. And even grown-ups, even adults, learn new things that are difficult for them that take more than one try. We call that training your brain. And sometimes when we look at successful people who are famous, You might see success like this iceberg picture, and all you see is, how famous they are or how good they are. What you didn't see underneath is all the years of hard work and discipline and trying and failing and trying and failing, and not giving up that it took before they became successful. So we'll talk about that, and that can be a big part of what you learn, because people who are in the STEM field use growth mindset all the time. So you'll love this. It'll be great. Just want to remind you, take good care of yourself. Make sure you're wearing your mask. Wash your hands often. For 20 seconds. Don't stay up too late. Be sure you're getting enough rest. Try not to touch your face. And if you're sick, stay home until you are healthy enough to be back around people. It was so nice to meet all of you guys, and we are going to have a great year, and I cannot wait.